Hello everyone, we have to discuss about the GS paper 3 mains answer writing. Question first. What are the causes for the insurgency in the part of the northeastern India and examine the reasons and that the sustained insurgency in northeast India's and the despite many the effort aid the eliminating its 250 words. Introduction. There are the over other 100 of the ethnically group in the northeastern is having other strong sense of identity and they are the uniques and they wants to the remains and this the uniques and in theirs the politicals and the social orientations and as well the insurgencies is the essentially other violence rebellions and against the political organizations when the ethical communities and feel that there's the interested and has been the neglected. Has been neglected and they are the properly and the represented and the large prevented of the surgency and has the negatively impacted the prevent of the peace in the northeasterns and only the not only the affected the socio-economically development of the region but has other native effective of the countries and causes of the insurgency nationality involving concept of other districts homelanded as other separated nationals and the shore shoots and of the reason realizations of that the goal and by its the votaries and ethic reason and involving the assertions of the humanitarian and smaller and less the dominated tribal groups and against the politicals and the culture hold of the dominated tribal groups in Assam and this also the takers and the forms of the tensions between the local and the migration and policies and such the religions and reasons regional reasons and the involving the movement and which ask and for the recognize of the sub-regionals and aspirationals and options and come to the direct and the conflict and with the state government or even the autonomous council and development issues and poverty and the unemployment lack of the connectivity and the inadequate and the health care and the educational facilities and feeling of the neglected and the non-participating in the government there even the affairs and have the contributed to the insurgencies in the region government deficit and information energy and the governance and shortage of the resources and porous the international borders and with the difficulties topography sense of the alienations and from the mainstreams and due to the overwhelming and presence of the security force and the association issue of the human rights reason that and the sustained insurgency in the northeast and sense of the isolation deprivations and the exploitations and distance from the New Delhi and the migrant representation in the Lok Sabha has the further reductions and the box populi beings and the hazard in the corridors of the powers and leadings in the more and the disillusionment and in the dialogues and process rocks the making and call of the guns and most the attribution demographic changes the influxes of the refugees and from the farmers and east Pakistan and now the Bangladesh and into the Assam and led to the dramatically changes in the demographic landscapes and of the regimes and lack of the economically development. Economically policies and has also the fueled and the represented and the insecurities among the people and due to the various factors and the development and NEIN has the ledge behind the thereby the resulting in lack of the unemployment and opportunity and thus the youth are the easily and laid by the various insurgencies and group in the orders and to the earn and easy money. Internal displacement and international displacement is also and the ongoing and problems and from the 1990 to the start of the 2011 and over the 8 lakhs and pupils and were forced to the flee and there the homes in episode of the inter-ethnic and violence in the western Assam along the border between the Assam and the Meghalaya and in the Tripura. external support, and there is the increasing evidence of the China's and revival of its the combatant offensives in the region, and Pakistan's and Special Services Group and SSG and trained the Naga and guerrillas, and in the 1916 and through there the bases in the east the Pakistan and now the Bangladesh. Conclusion and way forward, and multi-stakeholders and approach are the wide representations and for just of the civil societies and scholars and the other but also of the professionals is required, and at any the forums and addressing of the concern in the northeast, understanding the emotionals and the physiologically aspect of the problems of the different states of the northeast, any the meaningful policies and for the northeast and should the address the specific of each state and region economically development openings and up of the economically of this regime may be the expected. Understanding emotional and the physiologically aspects of the problems of the different state and of the northeastern any the meaningful policies and for the northeastern should the addressed the specifics of the each state and negative. Value addition government missions and constitutions and protections is six schedules and which the protected and not only the tribals laws and customs and land the rights and but also the give and sufficient autonomies and to the tribals and to the administrators themselves and with the minimums outside interference and the protected areas and the permits do the security and roses and certain losses and then infrastructure development and the Kala then multimodals and project to provide the connectivity of the northeast and the rest of the Indias and through the Mizoram. Challenges to the internals and security through challenges to the internal security through the communication network.